sunny South Florida, and welcome to the breakfast at the Brooklyn Cafe TV.
Take a deep breath and a good whiff of that coffee brewing. Grab yourself some toast, a donut, or any breakfast as Dawn and Freddie get you up and ready for the rest of the day.
So call in at 888-565-1470 to share a tip of the day.
Or just to say good morning. Shake off your sleepies, buckle in, because it's showtime.
Welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe 9 o'clock version, which is what we call the morning breakfast show.
Morning breakfast show. You know, it's funny. You want to know what's so funny?
What?
This used to be called the Drive Time Show. And now no one's driving because we're all home. So we need to come up with a word that goes from your bedroom to your couch. That's what we should call today. Let's name a word.
Let's call the Stay Home Show.
No, but I don't like that. That's like doesn't give you the get up and go, the get up and oomph. Get up and oomph yourself, my friend. This whole thing, this whole situation you got going on is not working so very well for me, I can tell you that.
Well, there's situations and then there's situations. You know, the funny thing is that sometimes you go hunting for the bear and sometimes the bear hunts you. This is not an exact science. You know, most people think you take your phone and you go on there and you do it, voila, and there you have it. And live from your phone in your bathroom, in your living room, in your garage, here's the show. And that's not the way it works. You know, I've been watching what they're doing on TV with the news people and the weather people, and everybody's under this new normal because there isn't this chemistry when you're in studio. You have to wait because there's a 1.8 second lag time. You got to wait and make sure that other people, when they speak, you don't speak over them because you don't know how long your lag is going to be on the pause. There's a whole science to this thing, right? So all of a sudden, and I'm being totally transparent, I'm being honest, we did a show last night and the whole thing blew up. It didn't work. It was the worst production I've ever done in 12 years. Not because we didn't try, but because the science didn't work, because there were technical issues on multiple places. And I will burden that problem because I'm the producer, I'm the one that it didn't work under. But it bothered me because after so many tries, after so many shows, I mean, this is our 1254th show, 55th show. And of doing so much production and doing so many remotes the last couple of weeks, sometimes you sit back and you take a deep breath and you go, you know, it didn't work this time, but that one bad show all of a sudden makes everything that you've done in question. All of a sudden people question how you do it, why you do it, when you do it. And that shouldn't be, you know. This is not the norm. This is the new norm. This is a trial and error as we go along. Your house, my house, our guest house, Mama Ali's house, yesterday, she had some breakups, she came back. It's different. It is totally different everywhere. And to add the most complicated layer of this all is try putting this on an FM AM frequency, which is a radio station. Again, not an easy thing to do because you got a fourth player who's controlling the radio station. So all in all, it isn't that I'm griping, but I'm a little tired today. I gotta admit, I'm a little tired. I'm tired of having to be home. I'm tired of having to work under these circumstances. I'm tired. But the bottom line is, you know what? You got to take lemon and you got to make lemonade. Because if you don't, you become just another fish in the ocean. So you got to stay above the rim. So the way I see it is whatever goes wrong will go wrong. Streaming was never meant to be the perfect art form. That is what separates us from ABC, NBC. They are becoming streamers, if you look at it. They are having issues in their production. They are having breakups. They are having stall tactics. They are trying to learn how to wait 1.8 seconds and then you let your partner talk or your guest talk. And the guests have no rules because they're just there to talk.
100%.
So it ain't easy. You got to watch what we're trying to accomplish here. We are going to try some shows this afternoon on our new platform, on the AMP Media Communications on Facebook. It's a new page coming out. We're still going to share out what we did. You know, you saw I shared out Jeff to over 35 pages yesterday. Nice little spot that we did with Jeff. We cleaned it up. And what does he tell me? My lights flicker. But Jeff, that's the video you sent me. Your lights flicker. Don't flicker your lights.
And there you go.
And there you go. Cameras are different animals. Not every camera is the same. You have a nice white picture because you got that ring light on you, and it looks good with a darker background. I don't have that luxury.
That's
I don't have
because,
that
you know,
luxury.
you don't have my glow and my magical light. It's my inner core is what you don't have. Just saying.
Yeah, I know. You've been home too long, is what I can see. But the bottom line here is that you do the best with what you got, and you make adjustments as it goes along. It's not an exact science. Streaming was never meant to be put as an exact science. I'm glad that Facebook and Twitter to a degree and Instagram, all these people, they have merged to put on, use your phone to say hello to the world, watch you walk your dog, watch you, if you step on dog doo-doo, you get to clean it and you put it on your phone. There is nothing sacred anymore. A cop makes an arrest and all the cams come out. There is nothing sacred anymore in this world. Everybody's in open environments, okay? So the bottom line here is you got to sort of flow with the go. That's all it is. Got to flow with the go. So today's show, I understand you're bringing a singer.
Today's show is sponsored by Freddy's Soapbox. If you are a soap company and you would like to sponsor Freddy's Soapbox, please let us know by calling in at 866-224-5422. We will have him stand on the box with the name of your soap company, whether it be holistic or organic or probably environmentally friendly would be the much better way to go. Let us know and we can take care of that for you. Just don't slip on that soapbox, baby. How are you doing?
That's right. And if you want a unicorn to come on this soapbox and fart a rainbow of ashes, just talk to Dawn, because Dawn is all in on that. Because all Dawn sees is rainbow and all the happiness in the world. Okay, good. If you want that, then you can have that. I'm just telling you the honest truth. This is not an exact science. It's not a soapbox.
It is not. It is not an exact science. And this is the time that people really need to come together and have some understanding and compassion. Because if you can't have compassion now for mankind and other people, then all of this experiment that we're all living through, this petri dish that we're all in, has failed. Because this is the message of hope, the message of coming together as people. No race, color, creed, religion doesn't matter. It's about coming together and helping and understanding that we're all in this together. And on our 12 o'clock show today, we've got Jay and Janine of the Farrow Law Firm and Momentum Mindset Show coming to us saying, you know what, we are stronger together. And these two, they bring it week after week. And there is something about their chemistry that I can't even put my finger on what it is. Individually, they're spectacular. Together, they're amazing. Their message stands strong always. And they continue to brand and who they are and what they do day in and day out. So I'm excited they're going to be joining us on the 12 o'clock show. On our 1 o'clock show, we've got Leslie Carmen joining us. And who else do we have? I don't know. We'll see who else we got coming in at 1 o'clock. Today, this morning show, I think we got a surprise, a little bit of fun coming in a little bit later. And we'll see what happens with that. We got a lot of people logging in. So let's see, we got Bev D'Amico say, keep positive thoughts and have fun. Oh, let me tell you a funny story. So last night, I can laugh now because it was thoroughly exhausting last night. We had Passover, right? We talked about it. So happy Passover to everybody. Thank you to everyone who was writing in. The new normal was a Zoom Passover, right? I am telling you, it was an episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm from our end. All right, we're trying to get the whole family in. Now, not everyone is understanding the whole Zoom platform. And what happens, my parents ordering dinner. My dad goes to pick up the food because he's not supposed to, so that's what he does. 2-hour line for him to wait in line in a restaurant to pick up his food, right? So now I'm aggravated and agitated over the fact that he's in a restaurant waiting to pick up food. We put that aside and we wait for them to come home and everyone starts logging in. And logging in and logging in. And you know everything you just talked about at the 1.8 second delay? My family, they're all guests now on the Zoom call and nobody understands the delay. So everyone is talking over each other, one after another, after another, after another. And then one of my guests gets on and she says, "Hey, I put a bra on today," not realizing that everybody could hear the whole conversation, right? There was somebody else who the shot was like from their chest up, like bending over. It was beyond. And all I could do
Wait
was
a minute,
sit
wait a
there.
minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. You had women bending over. Did you record this? You did.
It was,
I think it should be the Channel 6 News reel.
we should have recorded it because all I could do was sit there with my head in my hands. Now, the great thing about Passover is part of the Seder is you drink 4 glasses of wine.
Oh,
So
okay.
we
There
all
you go.
started early, right? So the 4 glasses of wine was the best part of the Seder, I must tell you. We ordered our food in, only some of it came, some of it didn't. But it was only 3 of us, so it was perfectly fine. And we start again tonight. But the whole Zoom concept of figuring out the technology, not so successful. We found much more success when we went in again afterwards and we did FaceTime, because I guess now you can FaceTime in groups and it goes bigger and smaller and it goes this whole thing. So that was a whole lot more successful because people understood just to accept that call. So that was our enjoyment. And by the time it was over, I was so bleary-eyed and tired, I just fell asleep watching TV with my crew. But oh my gosh, I got to tell you, it was an experiment in technology is all I can say for Passover. I think tonight we skip over the wine and we go right to the vodka is my thought. Because it has not risen, as I say. So perhaps we can now drink vodka instead of wine.
But wait a minute. You have 4 glasses of wine throughout the course of the meal, or you just have to take 4 glasses of wine?
Throughout the course of the Seder, of the service meaning order. Now, my sister had sent us a 2-minute Seder. So yes, we had 4 glasses of wine, theoretically within a 2-minute Seder. However, I know, our 2-minute Seder wasn't quite 2 minutes because everyone talks over each other. So 2 minutes became 45 minutes. And all you could do really was drink. Then everyone got up and put their food in the microwave, came back and ate it. So it was a thing. But I must tell you,
How many people did you have?
on our Zoom,
Yeah.
well, in my house, I only had the 3 of us. On our Zoom, I had Aaron and his girlfriend. I had my brother and his Brady Bunch. So he's 6. My brother-in-law, my parents, my mother-in-law. Who else did we have? My sister and her wife. So we had at any one given time, Chuck's sister and her family. So everyone that would have been at my house, probably about 25 people on.
But did you have 25 boxes?
No, we had like 9. We rotated between 7 and 9. But I got to tell you, anyone that has perfected the Zoom Seder, please let us know how you got everyone not to talk over each other. Because in our book, that's a whole new book. And then everyone's giving their whole little ideas about the wine. And you got to open the door for Elijah and the food and a lot of stuff. But it was interesting. The 4 glasses of wine. I think I'm sending Chuck back out today to get some more wine because that seems to be a staple that we must have. Just saying.
Well, I don't know. I'm looking dark here. The bottom line here is that when you turn on a camera, whether it's your laptop or it's your phone or whatever it is you're using, it's a give and take. It's one of the reasons why Skype is difficult on radio stations because you can't see the person. Like I can see you. So
Right.
I'll know when you're speaking like there, and then I know, to stay quiet. But in the real world, that doesn't happen because you hear nothing and you talk, and then she hears nothing and then she'll talk, and he hears nothing and he'll talk. And the next thing, because of the delay, all of it comes together at one time.
Yes.
So your gestures of nodding your head, going like this, going like this, going like this, it gives you a window that I'm going to shut the hell up. You talk, okay? But we're in the business. We understand that. People who think that they're in the business, they think they understand that. The next thing you know, they're moving around, they're going to the garage, the Ethernet is off and they're on Wi-Fi, and then they go, why doesn't it work?
My parents were the best, though. They were the most hilarious, but yet the most technically challenged on the whole end of it. So my dad's trying to go in on the Zoom link. My mother has me on FaceTime. She finally gets in, and Aaron says, Grandma, you finally get in. He says, could you put the phone away from your ear so we can see you? Because she's on FaceTime, but she's talking in her ear, not even realizing, right? So all we're looking down is what we're looking down at on my mom,
That's
right?
hilarious.
Beyond hilarious. And all I could do was think of you saying, Mom, you got to do this. And Aaron going, Grandma, could you do this? To die for, right? You can look at it now and laugh and be grateful that we're all able to do this with technology. But there was really no service to be had other than everyone on the phone. But it was cool. It was nice.
So you get to do this again tonight?
We get to do this again tonight. Everyone opted in to do it again tonight. I don't know what we're doing for dinner tonight. We're going to see what I can scrounge up around the house, which again is a concept in and of itself. Thankfully, my daughter is here and she's really taken the opportunity to cook and help me out here, because by the time we're done with our shows, what people don't realize, to do this in studio is one thing on a level of energy. To do this 3 hours separately in separate places, it's a lot more energy to put out there. But you do what you do. So my daughter has been amazing.
But why didn't you order food for more than one day?
I did. However, they didn't deliver enough yesterday, so I don't have it for today. But
so
there's a lot of restaurants.
Make a phone call.
Yes.
And tell them to deliver the rest.
Yes. Well, we did that. So maybe we'll try a new place today. We'll see. We got plenty of time between now and dinner.
You see, that's why I'd rather be a Catholic, because we only have to do this one day.
There are a lot of people that only do it one day. There are a lot of people that only do Seder on the first night, but we do too. And even if it's just having dinner with everyone around the table. But as a mom, I have to say, I really missed having my son and Ashley joining us. It was, and then you get the chance to look at it and say what your parents must feel like when you don't come and visit. Have you seen that meme going around?
Yes.
Now you know what it's like when you don't go visit your grandparents, what it feels like. Now I know what it's like on the other end when you don't go visit, because even though they're there, it's not the same as them being there around the table. But it is what it is, and we got it.
I think that what you got was dinner and a show yesterday. I would have been laughing. I mean, I don't care that it doesn't work.
You should really join us tonight, because you would have been, the thing with my parents last night, you would have been dying laughing. You would have called my mom and say, Mom, this is what you got to do. And so then you have my mom and my dad arguing. And I see my dad from the chin up, and I see mom from the neck down, and they're arguing, and they're both on face. It was just to die for. But
I would be laughing. I think that is hilarious.
It was a Seinfeld episode.
You know, it's really funny because some of the producers, some of the kids that work with us, they ask, because we've asked them to do shows and do their own show. And we invite all of them to do their own show.
Yes.
And only Teddy and Slick have come forward. And I say to them, you know, if you talk about what you see, like Slick works at Home Depot, one of the few people in America still working. And I tell them, when you go to Home Depot, just memorize some of the things that goes on. Like a lady looking, he told me that there was a lady looking for some paint, and she was in the garden section. So she kept saying to him, but where's the paint? And he says, in the paint section. She says, but it's not here. Yes, it's in the paint section. Well, this is not the paint section, ma'am. You got to go to aisle 19. Yes, but it's not here. And this whole thing was like Larry David in steroids. It's the funniest thing. I mean, I find it funny.
You find it all funny. You would have been
on
the floor rolling last night, and you would have said, and I had you in my head going, let's pour another drink. Let's have another shot. And Jen G going, I'm all in. And Faith going, I'm all in. And all you can just keep doing is drinking. So at the end of it, Chuck says, so how'd you like my wine choice for dinner? I'm like, not so great. It did what it had to do, but we got to get a little bit more. We got to raise the elevation of our wine and our alcohol consumption. But that's
you
what it was.
You should put a new rule in the game. For every mistake that people do, you got to take a shot.
We were talking about bringing up the tequila.
But one or two, that's right. One or two things is going to happen. Either they're going to get it right and everybody's going to be sober, or everybody's going to be drunk and it ain't going to matter anyway.
Well, my sister and Leah, they had two Seders. So they did one with her parents first. So they drank their 4 glasses of wine and their cocktail. and did it with them. And then as soon as theirs was over, they did it again with us. So they were very happy by the end of their second Seder because they had now consumed 8 glasses of wine in their mixed drink.
They were just drunk.
But you know my sister, so, right?
Oh, yeah.
You know all the players. So you have
Oh, yeah.
an unfair advantage to this story because you know every single player involved in our Zoom call, which is a whole nother level of hilariousness in itself, right?
Well, the interesting aspect of this is your son's girlfriend, who's learning the Jewish tradition because she's not Jewish. How does she take to all of this?
She was amazing. You should see the spread that she cooked for them. Oh my goodness, she made matzah brittle. Teddy, I'm telling you, they made 2 kinds. They made it's chocolate and matzah. They made one with coconut and one with Heath Bar Crunch. All right, and then she made a sandwich out of the 2. So you kind of got the salt, the crunchy, the sweet. So they had an entire tray of this. Now, it's just the 2 of them, mind you. And they made schnitzel with matzah meal. So they did like breaded chicken in an air fryer, but instead of using breadcrumbs, they used matzah meal. So they crushed up matzah for that. They went all out, which was amazing. But the nice thing we did is we went around and we said, you know, what does this mean to you for Passover? And then because a lot of our family members have people that are not Jewish, that are significant others, what does Easter mean to you? So Ashley, she went through it, and a lot of them talked about the universal truths of what this is all about and how we all come together. And you know what? That's the most amazing thing is that Aaron and his girlfriend and Chuck's sister and her husband, my brother and his girlfriend, a lot of people, we had friends on with us, and the man is Jewish and the wife is not. This is where we are right now in life, and this becomes a more accepting opportunity to say, you know, we all are one, and we all believe in similar kindness and universal truths of humanity. And that was the beauty of that once you got to it.
I got some news for you.
Yeah.
You say it like learning the Jewish tradition and all that. She's involved as a Hispanic woman, a Latina woman. She's a cook. She knows how to cook. Latinos love food. I mean, it's what we do. It's in our DNA. My mom used to cook up for Easter 27 meals. It was the most spectacular thing I've ever seen. She started on Good Friday and ended on Sunday. This was in the day. So you guys, in that whole Seder, Data, Beta, drinking it up, are gonna learn the Latino style. The Latino style is we party hardy, we party hard, we party long, and we don't stop at 4. 4 is an appetizer. We may do 8. We may, in my house, my sister, I wish she was on the air, she would tell you, I would create drinks. I would take a little bit of this and a little bit of that. I had something called go-go juice, which is an ancient family secret. But this go-go juice would put your wine to sleep. This was the best thing ever created. And you know who? My sister loved the go-go juice. They used to bring me Coca-Cola bottles, the big liter, the 2 liters, for me to make this. And I used to tell them, not today, not today. So you're gonna learn our traditions. You're gonna learn, you guys are gonna learn, okay, prayer over here, that's a given. Nobody touches that. But all this thing with the food, that it can't rise, in our tradition, everything rises. On Easter, he has risen. He has risen. We are the opposite. We like things that rise. We like things that are fluffy and delicious and hot. And I mean, Linda went out and she got a ham. I think she went to Costco. She said she was the only one in the store yesterday. And she brought a ham and mashed potatoes because she asked me what I wanted for Easter. And she's kind enough that she's going to make that. A lot of people don't believe in that tradition. You know, that reminds me of home. It reminds me of my parents, my mom. That was a main player in the deal. Besides the turkey, the pasteles, the coquito. I mean, you know, we've shown you coquito, we've shown you pastele. When I go to Presidente, I show you panil, I show you arroz con guandule, the whole night. And what I like about this whole thing is that she's learning from you, but wait until you learn from her. She's gonna have you cooking Latino food, lady. I'm gonna tell you something. Because Latinos have fun when they cook. They do a little dance. I'll never forget Michelle's brother. He used to come to my house in the morning because we used to work in the bank. mortgage officers. He used to come in the morning and he used to heat up the food from the day before that I made. Him and the housekeeper, they were dancing a merengue and putting on song and music as the food was warming up. It was already cooked. And I used to walk in and say, really, guys? Really? It was 6 o'clock in the morning. And they used to do it.
Amazing.
So you're going to
They
learn
are.
this.
You know what? When she comes over, I watch. They're amazing. Not only do they love to cook, they enjoy eating it. So to me, that's a blessing in itself also. Let's go to commercial break. When we come back, I think we've got a surprise interpreter and a surprise impressionist person on the line joining us.
I can see the window.
You see it? When we come back, you never know. We may have Eddie Murphy on the line. I don't know. Stay tuned. Let's see who shows up. We'll be right back.
The way you live your life says a lot about you. The way you choose to commemorate your lifetime can say even more. It's a single event that speaks volumes. So how do you celebrate a life? Dignity Memorial providers believe that your memorial service should be as unique as you are, reflecting your personality and your passions. It should be a perfectly tailored send-off, a fitting tribute for family and friends to celebrate the person they love. We're professionals at catering to your every need, right down to the catering. In fact, no detail is too small. So when it comes time for a fitting tribute, we'll see that your final wishes are beautifully fulfilled. It's what Dignity Memorial providers are known for. And why you should rely on us to see that your life is well celebrated. The celebration of a lifetime begins here.
At Carmen Care Advanced Laser Therapy, our professional team specializes in finding the best alternative laser therapy treatments for your painful conditions. Do you suffer with chronic pain, a post-traumatic injury, or simply looking for the benefits of cell rejuvenation to the skin? Schedule a consultation today to understand how photobiomodulation can help reduce your symptoms, reduce or even eliminate pain. Give us a call today, 561-405-9577. We focus on treating you who has a disease, not a disease that defines who you are. Contact Carmen Care Laser Therapy today, 561-405-9577 or carmencarelaser.com.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
The sound of home is all I can tell you. Now
I
that is
tell you.
comforting.
How many years have even the writing on this bell has come off.
Where'd you even get that bell?
I don't know.
I was just thinking, where did that bell come from? From whom the bell tolls is all I'm wondering. I was just wondering that as well.
I think it's the time that we had the guys from Brooklyn, the boys from New York, the Gang of New York, remember? The Gang of New York versus the women, the Broads of New York, and we had that whole thing. We should bring that back when this is all over.
We absolutely should. We got a lot of things to bring back.
Now we have the room. We can actually set up two sets and have the guys on one side and the girls on the other.
It'd be funny. Have a whole lot of fun.
But I think they gave me this, Steve-O and the gang, I think they gave me this. And I noticed that Steve-O from New York Sounds, he's been on the air talking about of trying to mix music and stuff to make people feel better. I tell him that platform is only going to work for so long, but I have a different concept, a different idea on how to do it. And I saw that, remember the Mirror Man?
Uh-huh.
He's been doing some stuff as well. We got to bring those boys back.
We got some other people to bring back. Let's see who we got on the line. You want to see what we got cooking?
Let's see what you got cooking.
Good morning.
He's got to turn his sound on.
You got to turn on your sound. He's like, hold on one second.
There you go.
Hi.
Good.
Hi.
Now, what I wanted to do with this segment was I wanted to cover Aaron, right? So nobody would know it was him, and I wanted to hear his Eddie Murphy voice.
You know, I haven't done that in a while, but I can try.
Try.
Give me
What you got for us?
give me. It wasn't so much of an Eddie Murphy impression. It was more of like a donkey impression because he definitely.
All right, let's
it's
see your
definitely
donkey.
not all Eddie. By the way, before we get into it, Freddie, have you noticed that my desk is identical to Dawn's desk?
Yes.
And the funny story is that my dad's parents and my dad bought identical desks on like the same day. And then my grandparents moved and my grandparents gave me the desk. Anyway, so
Give us some fun, Aaron.
I will.
No, wait a minute. I want to hear this.
Yeah, no,
I
I
want to
used to
hear
do this
this.
for my. I had these like 8-year-old campers, and they would want like a bedtime story at night, and I would tell them the story of Shrek, as Donkey. All right, let's do this. Hey, Shrek, can I stay with you? Can I stay with you, please? I like that boulder. That's a really nice boulder. We can stay up late, swap manly stories, and in the morning, I'm making waffles. Me and Shrek drank some magic potion, and now we're sexy. And that. I don't know, I
That
haven't
you
done that in a
remember the
while.
words is half the. Oh my God.
And you did
Indiana
Jaws
has
the
no
other day.
secret.
You did your PPE.
Oh, it wasn't much of an impression, but I did learn the entire defunct Jaws ride from Universal, which was is that something you want me to do right now?
Just do something, whatever you want to do.
Whatever
And you
I
did your
want, whatever I
PPE.
want. There was I had a PE teacher who had this really particular voice, and I put his voice to be like a whitewater rafting guide, and it goes like this. And there's a whitewater rafting company we used to go to, and it's like this very particular shtick, and so this is what their shtick was in the voice of my old PE teacher. He'd be like, "All right, everybody, we're gonna head out onto the water today, okay? And we just need to go over some really important safety instructions. All right. First of all, everybody needs to grab one of these. This is a PFD. Do you know what PFD stands for? It's a personal
What?
flotation device. And you strap on the PFD like this, and we'll be able to pull you on out of the water if you fall in. Okay? And if you fall into the water, you need to make sure that you assume the SSP. Okay? Dawn, do you know what the SSP is?
What's the SSP?
The safe swimmer position. It is when you lie on your back like this. And you put your legs up in the air, okay? And you float down the river, okay? Because if you try and stand up during whitewater rapid, you could die. And we don't want that, okay? And everybody's gonna get a paddle. You gotta make sure you don't let go of your T grip on the paddle. Do you know why it's called a T grip?
Why?
Because it's shaped like a T, okay?
And you grip it.
And you hold on to the T grip and don't let go of the T grip, okay? Because you don't want to give anybody summer teeth. Now, do you know what summer teeth are? It's when summer over here and summer over there. Let's get on the river. And that is,
And there you have it.
that's the raft guide.
Remember when you did at school? You did your stand up and where's Michelle?
Yes, I did. I did stand up one time, and I did this whole skit about how drunk girls were kind of like puppies, and all of their friends were like the owners, and like there was this girl, and she would she would go out, and it was like very particular to Gainesville because that's where I did it, and they would go and she'd be like, I just want to tell you that I'm really excited to be out, and I'm really drunk. I'm just a little bit tipsy. I'm very much hungry. So I think that we should go get some pizza. And she's there with her friend Michelle. And she's looking around and she's like, Michelle. And she goes up and they're like dogs. She's like sniffing her friends. She's like sniffing strangers. And she's like, you're not Michelle. You're not Michelle. And meanwhile, Michelle is back there holding on to her friend's purse like a leash the entire time. And the pizza's like her cheese. She's like, pizza is delicious. It's like when you give your dog like pizza flavored dog treats. And then I went into how what would happen if if like presidents went out, and George W. Jr. would be like, really excited to be going out on the town tonight and having a good time. It's going to be really fantastic. Maybe we'll have a little bit of fun. Don't tell Laura. Don't tell Laura. And then Barry would come in and be like, look, I haven't really done this in a while, but I think that we could have a little bit of fun. And perhaps we could get down tonight. We could groove a little bit. And it would be a lot of fun. Maybe we should line up some tequila shots. And then Donna would be like, no tequila. We don't like tequila. Okay, there's a wall. No tequila. Tequila doesn't come from there. Okay, we're not going to do that. And then they would go back and forth a little bit. And then there was a song at the time that came out. It's called Black Beetle. And every time I heard the song, I always thought it'd be really funny if Barack Obama sang the song. And it goes like this. That girl's a real crowd pleaser. Old bull, living like an old geezer. And then you forget the lyrics and be like, Michelle, I don't remember. Michelle, what are the lyrics? And then the drunk girl comes back in and she's like, you're looking for Michelle too?
It's not only the voice, it's the mannerisms.
I used to practice this Obama impression like it was like the Wii. If you remember the Wii, it had like different kind of controls. There was like the boxing control. It'd be like it's like when you have like you're like hiding the PowerPoint clicker in your hand. Look, I have two clickers in my hand, and sometimes it has to go up, but at the same time, sometimes we'll end down here. And W always kind of his arms are always out here, and eyebrows are always up. I don't know if you can see it. Hey, Uh, fool me once, shame on. If you fool me, you can't get fooled again.
It's the
And
You get me with the because that's exactly how he speaks. Is the
yes, and my
And
girlfriend
this,
will tell you I did this all on our first date.
and this is third year law school. Home, right? When you're doing
Yeah.
online class, third year law school.
Yes, I am. This is what you do. It's funny because in like certain classes, obviously, like you talk about presidents and you talk about whatever their like legal decisions are, and like I automatically under my breath would say something be like, yeah, it was a really bad decision. And then like five people around me would start laughing and the professor would be like, I'm sorry, what was that? And I'm like,
People like your W impression. They're writing in. Leslie Carmen says, thumbs up on your W.
hey, I really
no? He
appreciate
got
it. We're
that.
just here to mission accomplished. Thumbs up. Appreciate it.
You,
Thank you, Leslie.
it's funny because as this whole thing is happening, the comedy could be your side hustle. You could put a window over him and call the show "Guess Who I Am Today" or something, and he'll forget about it. He'll blow up the circuit, blow it
Not the
up.
masked comedian. We can do the masked comedian.
The mass comedian. Guess who I
Yes.
am today?
I'm going to start like practicing Florida bar questions in different voices. Excuse me. That's what that does that to your throat.
That's hilarious. We were talking about everything that you guys did last night for dinner.
Oh, it was everything Ashley did. She got the recipes. She ordered the ingredients. I just followed the recipes and used the ingredients. She took care of everything, and it was really delicious and really yummy.
So were your impressions your pickup line for Ashley?
No, no. What happened on our first date is we went to the movies and we were watching the movie the entire time, and then we went and got dinner afterwards. And I just decided to fill space at dinner and be like, "Hey, did you know that I could do all these impressions?" And that's pretty much what happened
What'd you
on our
say?
first date.
So what
I don't
impressions did
remember
you
what
do?
I think I did that. I think I did that. You're fine. I think I did that the stand up bit. I was like, "Hey, so I did stand up one time."
That was on our third date.
Yeah.
First date, you just did presidential impressions at the restaurant we were at.
And there's
Yes.
a voice in the room,
There's yes.
and there she is.
There she
And
is.
she didn't know she was on.
No.
Here's the funny thing about all this, Freddie. You know, you can have your own entertainment at home. Ashley says she'll come on and she'll do a guided meditation because
Ashley
she's
worked
now
on
a
the
yoga
set.
instructor.
She didn't know she was on. There she goes. You know,
She's a yoga
it's funny. It's funny because you can actually, Aaron, you can pitch product using voices. It's something that I've seen done very rarely in the day. And what you do is you put the product in front of him, and it's like having Obama or George W. or whatever. Actually, because he doesn't sound exactly like him. It's the mannerisms. You can actually even pitch product that way. I mean, people are writing into me on my feed is saying this could be a clever way of getting people's attention.
Well, look, I always start my morning with the Chiquita banana. Am I allowed to say that on your show?
Who knows?
It's a really great way to get potassium, and that's really important. Keep your mind sharp. And those are my presidential impressions. So thank you.
People are writing in. Leslie Carmen has laser therapy. What do you have to say, George W., for laser therapy?
Like LASIK for her eyes.
Detox.
Lasers.
Oh,
Like to
laser
detox,
therapy.
an energy detox.
Well, sometimes when you go out too hard on the town and you gotta have a little detox before your 8 a.m. meeting the next morning. I know Dick's gonna take care of the whole meeting anyway, but for appearance's sake, Need to be prepared. Need to detoxify. Yeah. I used to do this thing talking about George W. Bush. Be like, we're going to find what was that? Did you say nuclear? Nuclear? This sounds like a contact lens solution. It's new. It's clear. That's not what we're talking about. Oh, that's confusing. Mission accomplished.
And this is your mind, which is the funniest thing.
I know, he's doing it off the cuff.
And then George's HW, the late HW would come and be like, George, I didn't think we're gonna take it this far, but you're doing well. You get 1,000 points, and if you do better today, you might get another 1,000 points a lot. And yeah, I don't know. That's before my time. I just know that from YouTube.
Can you do Bill Clinton?
It's funny because as I started to do the RAF guide, I started doing that on my birthright trip, and me and my buddy would just mess around and do this voice. It transformed into Bill Clinton a little bit. Look, because he kind of always has that raspy kind of Southern thing where,
And it goes up and comes down.
you know, Hillary tried to do her thing, and it didn't really work. So, okay. Do you play the saxophone? Quarantine is a good time to learn how to play the saxophone. They're kind of.
We got Wayne Henry from Dignity. He's watching today. We could give Aaron like these little 30-second scripts, and he could do it with these voices. Can you imagine Bill Clinton talking about Dignity Memorial? You know, get your celebration on and what have. I mean, he could be a pitch man.
Get your celebration on. I did too much of that, and it got me impeached. Okay.
Oh man.
He was watching
It's the process, not the outcome. You just remember that. Okay. Some law school things for everybody. Some calm law.
Oh man. This is hilarious. Hilarious. People are cracking up watching. Leslie's on the floor crying. I mean, this is hilarious. But what a way of delivering product. I mean, you know what I'm saying? You can actually do it in a voice and take a little humor to it. I think we can all use a little humor.
100%.
That's what we were talking about last night.
You want to tell us about last night, Aaron? Can you please share?
What last night last night was the first night of Passover.
It was funny though.
Well, I mean, just telling what happened last night is funny on its own. I mean, we had my family. So my dad made a Zoom link, which was really great. But Zoom is a bit confusing. But if you want to hang out on this show, Zoom, you should. But it can be a little bit confusing for like people my grandparents' age. And so they were really kind of having a hard time figuring out the video. And because there is always that kind of delay, we would try and do the prayers, but everybody's doing it at a different time. And then you pause and you try and match up to what you're hearing, and everything gets messed up in terms of the timing. And so that was certainly a scene. And then we ended up doing a group FaceTime call anyway because my grandparents couldn't get on it. So then everybody was on the group FaceTime call. And both sets of my grandmothers at the end were like, okay, I'm going to leave. I'm going to hang up now. I ended up just pausing it and not hanging up. And so they would be like, oh, how do I hang up? How do I hang up? It was very funny. And then my grandmother, who has been on the show a couple of times, wanted to talk about a TV show. And so she was like, call me after. We have to talk about the show.
You're hilarious.
But it was
Aaron,
it nonetheless was. Oh, well, thank you, everybody. It nonetheless was very meaningful, and Ashley made it very special by getting all these recipes and these ingredients. I'm very thankful for that. So,
So
You know,
before we end the show, you want to give us another impression?
Freddie, is that what you were going to say? This is the
No,
video lag I was talking.
yeah, we were talking about the Seder that you guys were talking about and your girlfriend being involved and learning the Jewish traditions. And I was telling Dawn that she's going to be teaching her traditions because, and you can verify this, she's a good cook, yes?
The best.
The best.
And that is traditional in the Latino community. And I would like to get her take on this thing as we get close to the Easter, Dawn. Maybe we bring her on and get her interpretation of what she's learning, but also what she's teaching.
Yeah.
Sure.
It'd be a lot of fun.
We talked about that last night. She said, I can tell you what she said very briefly is that the way that Easter, Holy Week and Passover lined up is that on Thursday tonight we will be having a Passover Seder, and it just like, you know, in the story of Easter, and it will lead into Good Friday, in the same days of the week that it does in the traditional story. So that in that practice this year is special in a way. So that's cool.
It's very
But
cool.
I'll let her explain everything. But she makes the best food, and her grandmother makes the best food.
Aaron, you got one more impression for us?
Another impression.
Yeah.
I just give me a subject. I'll just give me something to talk about. I'll just make it up as I go.
What do you think, Freddie?
Oh, I used to. I don't know. I don't know if your audience know Star Wars so well, but there's a character from the first Star Wars movie, and he he's this guy, and he has wings, and he owns the young Darth Vader, and he's like, Annie, I'm gonna sell you to a Jedi. That's the voice. Some people might know this, some might not. My mom knows this because we watch it at the house all the time. But
He's like a cup of coffee in the morning. You don't need the Java.
He's hilarious, right? Aaron, thank you. Anytime we're going to bring you and Ashley back on, give us some laughs because you know what? We certainly could use it.
Sure. I've got a Batman one. I got a Batman
Let's
one.
hear it.
Batman is like, you either die the hero, or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain. It's Chris Nolan Batman. There's many Batman movies. Anyway, thanks for having me.
Damn,
They say thanks for the laugh, honey.
I'll stick to the
job.
presidents.
I think we should set something up with him. Nice job, Aaron. You know, it's
Thanks.
really
I'll have
it's
my
really
people
good.
talk to your people.
Yes, we don't have people, but we'll talk to yours.
You got the other one. She's right up there. She's right up there. All right, bye, guys.
All right,
Bye, honey.
that was good. Hey, I'm gonna tell you, he could be a pitch man.
He's funny, right?
He's funny and he does the voices. I think that we'll talk to some of the people that we work with. I think Leslie loved the part with the laser piece. We just got to put a paragraph of what he needs to say. But I mean, off the cuff, that was pretty funny. I also want to talk real quick. I want to thank Promo Stuff for You. Jeff and Andrea are taking cowbells down to Common Village. They asked to see if they can have them. They're going to deliver 10 tomorrow. And then I was going to ask you if maybe Chuck wants to do to Regent or if they want to do to other places, first responders, precincts, whatever, different places that we can take it to. They are more than willing to give them out to promote the cowbell.
So we can do cowbells and also your CBD store. If you are on the front lines, if you are a healthcare provider, if you are in Publix, if you are anywhere on the front lines having a little bit of anxiety, want some tranquility, your CBD store, Boca, Boynton, Singer Island, and Pembroke Pines, they're offering a free sample pack of their skincare line. They left some samples for us at the studio last night that I know, Freddie, you went over and picked them up for us with the message. They have given over 35 free samples away. You can contact your CBD store. We will get you the number, or you can contact us. Let us know, and we will have them deliver it to you. So that was a huge, huge, big thank you. I can't wait to see what's in my bag. Teddy, there's actually product there for you and your mom as well, courtesy of your CBD. You know, people were amazed.
Are they going to do that again, Dawn, for first responders? I heard a rumor.
They're doing it right now. So if you are within the first responders team, if you are an ALF, a hospital, a doctor's office, groceries, pretty much everyone now is a first responder if you're still working. Let us know, and they are giving free sample packs. And they said just let them know, and they will deliver it. They're doing hand deliveries to your door, no contact delivery. Your CBD store, there's 4 in our area, from Singer Island down to Pembroke Pines, and we will get that information to them, and you can always give them a call. Pretty amazing, huh?
Nice, that was nice. Yeah, they filled the 25 requests. We would like to make it 50, 100, maybe 200. Just blow up their phones and let people know that, that they're here and they love the product. And I'm gonna tell you, I used my CBD this morning on my feet because I was feeling a little bit pressurized from all of the commotion. And like usual, right on point, it worked naturally, very nicely.
I can't wait to get mine because the migraines, I got to tell you, all of these lights to get the effect so we can do what we're doing, killing my eyes. So just being 100% transparent, the ocular migraines I'm getting every day at the end of all of this from all of these lights. If you could only see what I have set up here, it's craziness.
I can only imagine. So,
I know. Aaron, that was spectacular. More to come with that. If you want Aaron to pitch in his spare time as finishing third-year law school, they're actually, here's the interesting thing that's going on, and I know it's 10:02 already. The law schools, Florida Supreme Court, everyone, they are coming together for these law students to find a way to get them either with their license, work with them on their bar, how to do it. There are options in legislation that they are working on to really support these kids, to get them back out, to keep them in the workforce, to get them going. And the amazing thing is, out of opportunity, out of situations comes opportunity, and all these things that maybe should have been changed, but everyone felt, why fix it if it's not broken? Well, now that it's broken, it's amazing how we can come together and come up with a workaround. Things that maybe should have been in place before that will be in place now, such as, you know, maybe not doing the Florida bar and the national bar all within the same weekend to give them time to work and make some money in between. That's an option. Another option is bringing it to the law school, since the law schools are closed, be able to put these kids throughout the law school so they're social distancing to take the exams under proctor situations. They're really coming up with ways to make this work for the state of Florida, which is truly amazing. And that's what it's all about, right? Finding a workaround to make everyone grow and elevate. And that is why we have AMP, Amp Media Production Studio. We've always had it, but we are now branding it to help bring your business to elevate where you need to get to. So we've got a lot coming down. You can always give us a call. You can always text us, find us on Facebook, social media, wherever it is, or give us a call at 866-224-5422. I hope this was a fun Thursday for everybody.
That was good. Good little change up.
When we come back at 12 o'clock, we've got Jay Farrow and Janine Davis joining us. And on our 1 o'clock hour, we've got Leslie Carmen joining us. So we've got a lot more in store, everyone. Have a fabulous Thursday. Stay safe, smile, and you know what? We'll see you in a few.
And don't be late.
Bye-bye.
Well, that's about it for today. Even though the show is over, the Brooklyn Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day from 12 to 2. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddie S. will bring more good cheer next time. You can follow the Brooklyn Cafe on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe TV to rewatch every minute of the show. Well, see you next time.